Welcome to the Young and the Wrestlers. I'm one of your hosts, Ryan Betson, alongside...
The Year of Tranquilo. I am Jem Girardi.
I like that one. It listen to us every Friday morning at 8 a.m. on all those podcast services and 9 a.m. on them YouTubes very, very soon. If you want to join that wrestling conversation, head to the Facebook group, facebook.com/group/thepopculturist, as well as Discord channel. Links are in the description below. If you want to show the love of pop cultures on your body, head to popculturist.com/shop. We can buy shirts not like this, not like... Oh, I just punched. Did I punch a boob?
No, that was
thank Christ, I've been in a real weird video.
It's all good, I got my hands.
Not these shirts or accidentally punching a co-host boob. But inspired by wrestlers, and there's a brand new design that we just got shown by our lovely graphic design for hire, Jen Perry over Pixel Beast.
Beautiful.
Ooh, you want that shirt?
You want it.
Just saying. If you want to show your love even further, head to patreon.com/thepopculturist. Maybe throw $1 do our way. And we ask you on Twitch, twitch.tv/funny enough, thepopculturist, where this coming Wednesday we'll be streaming
2K19.
the WWE 2K19, once again using it to predict the next pay-per-view, which in this case,
Fastlane.
So as we always do, we're going to kick things off with Raw and SmackDown in just one moment. How are you, Jem?
I am good. I am hyped off. Last night we got to see Fighting with My Family.
Yes.
The premiere.
The video and or podcast is out now, so go check that out. Once again, thank you very much, Universe Pictures.
Yeah, so that was awesome. I'm still on a super high from that.
Yeah, it was good.
But yeah, I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm well, man. I am well. I'm exhausted because, Thursday's which is the day we record. It's always the fucking longest day of the week for me.
Yeah,
I'm in our 15 since I got up and went to work.
Oh, wow.
Long days, man.
Long days.
So, since flat, yeah. Wait, no, that's about right. Yeah, that's about right.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty exhausted in that sense. But other than that, it's pretty sweet, man. We've watched the Raws and the SmackDowns. Went back earlier in the week and started watching Super Showdown again.
Oh, yeah.
So, for those that don't know, Super Showdown was the pay-per-view that got me back in.
Yeah.
They got me back into the wrestling. I think having it be in Melbourne really helped.
Yeah.
But watching it now, and now I know who everybody is. And when it opens up with the New Day versus the Bar, I'm like, I know who these are, and I give a shit.
Wait, didn't WWE release a whole pay-per-view on YouTube?
WrestleMania 34.
Yeah, that's it.
Hey, to celebrate.
So it may be worth going back and watching that, just because who
I've already watched WrestleMania 34.
Yeah.
Pardon me. Late last year, once I started getting back into it, and I got the WWE Network. I was just going back. I literally went back in time. I went Hell in a Cell. I just sort of making my way back.
Yeah, cool.
Which was very, very fun.
Yeah.
So watching Super Showdown again, seeing all those cool things was really, really rad.
Yeah.
Seeing sort of Charlotte and Becky in those early days before where she is now, with being the man, that sort of stuff.
Was that the Four Horsemen days? Horsewomen?
No, because that was the original Four Horsemen was of NXT.
Oh, it was NXT. Okay.
So this is just
I'm still learning.
This was just right on the turn of Becky turning against Charlotte.
Awesome. Exciting.
Yeah. So watching go back and sort of seeing it in Melbourne and it was really good. Like I know people complain about Super Showdown being like, it's just a glorified hell show. It was fucking good, alright? It was good. And they put Buddy Murphy, Melbourne boy, in the actual show rather than being relocated to pre-show.
And he became a champion, right?
Yeah, that's where he became champion.
Oh yeah.
So, if anything, 205 was showcased better at Super Showdown than it has been in the last 3 pay-per-views.
Take that.
So, say what you will. Super Showdown was good.
Yeah.
Let's get into it.
Yeah. Let's get into the Raws.
This week's episode of Raw, which originally aired on the 25th of February in the US, in Atlanta, Florida,
Georgia.
I believe.
Atlanta, Georgia?
Georgia? I don't know, somewhere around there.
Atlanta, Georgia.
I think it was Georgia. That sounds about right.
Yeah, Atlanta, Georgia.
Kicked off with a very, very interesting start as the WWE Universe welcomes the return of Roman Reigns, the big dog.
The big dog is back.
So he comes in and he does this nice little wander around the ring, and I think it's about 6.5 minutes before he even says anything.
Yeah.
It was beautiful, man.
Yeah.
Like he's high-fiving everyone, and he's just having a great time. He's just...
There was some super emotional bits, just little pieces that I saw that I was just like, damn, this is huge.
Yeah.
And it was as simple as as he was walking along the ring, he was running his hand along the skirt.
On the apron, yeah.
Yeah, and he had this really long-winded hug with his mum, which was super beautiful.
The one
So
thing
lovely.
that I love about it's weird because I'm like, once again, I'm old and have a kid and I'm like super empathetic, but shit for some reason now. So as like he's walking around, he's holding kids' hands and high fiving them and giving them a hug and all shit. I'm like that kid, his mind is blown. Like he will live on that forever. He will forever be a WWE fan, if not a Roman Reigns fan. Yeah. Like, there is something huge there, and just sparing that moment for that child is just beyond words. That's why I am very proud to like talk about wrestling, especially with the likes of John Cena, who has the highest number of
Make-A-Wish and stuff like that.
Make-A-Wish visits and whatnot, because that's just who he is. And I think that's perfectly showcases some of the powers of WWE. So having Roman Reigns sort of spend that time with each of them, and then have that big hug with his mum. Yeah. Come into the ring, talk about what it's been like since he's been away, and how he's been so grateful about the love and the support, and everyone coming out and sending him the Twitter, the tweets and the Facebooks and the messages and the SMSs and all the everything. Any way people could get to him, he was so happy. And he was very proud to announce that after 4 months away, he is currently in remission.
His exact words: "I'm in remission, y'all." Love it.
For two things, stoked, absolutely stoked. Because my concern was when they were announcing last week that Roman Reigns is returning, talk about a health update. I'm like, oh fuck. Like, that's like my initial concern was obviously a concern of sort of probably like not very pessimistic.
Gone backwards.
It was like it's gone, like he has to retire.
Yeah.
Like he's coming back and he's going to retire. Like it makes sense for him to do it now ahead of WrestleMania. Yeah. So like rather than everyone's like, is Roman come back from Mania? He's coming back. He's coming back. Like he just comes out and goes, no.
Sorry, guys.
But instead it goes the other way. Yeah. And he comes out, he says he's doing great, he's doing fine.
I love, the crowd was chanting things along the lines of like, welcome back and thank you, Roman, and this is your night. Things like that was super sweet that they were all so very behind him.
Yeah. The cynicist in me, though, was also like, these were the same motherfuckers that were booing him 6 months ago.
Exactly.
And now it's all good to be all happy. Because he's human. And I'm like, give it time. You'll boo him again, you pieces of shit. Exactly. It'll happen. I can tell it'll happen.
Later in the episode, I have some theories.
But so as he's done his little nice little spiel, and he's spread the love, all the remission, he gets out of the ring, does another beautiful lap, hugs his wife. Oh, I'm assuming it's his wife and his mother again. And as he walks up, we hear that pop of Seth Rollins. You see his face light up. Close. You could have seen my face light up. Yeah. It was beautiful.
Massive smile. Seth's out clapping, smiling. They have this big, beautiful embrace. I was crying. I was just like, ah!
Yeah, like I managed to hold it reasonably together at that point because I was like, oh, this is like when he hugged his mum, I was like, but then when it's one of that moment of like, and there's his best friend.
Yeah,
I'm like,
brother.
I have a best friend.
Exactly it. It was beautiful. It was beautiful to just see them standing there.
Yeah, it was very, very cool. Yeah. It was very powerful image watching that come together. But then, of course, the show kicks off in its usual fashion, bringing up what. This is where it's interesting. So next, we should get it. Next match, Aleister Black and Ricochet versus the Revival. So the Revival being the current Raw tag team champions. Yep. One thing's a little noticed.
Dawson and Dash Wilder.
Yeah. So one thing that we talked about last week as well. Yes. We were unsure whether they were official call-ups or they're just here temporarily. Yeah. What I'm is that every time their name pops up, still reads NXT. Tommaso Ciampa and Johnny Gargano both appeared on NXT this week. Yeah. So my theory is they're trying to do this big cross-brand thing, try to bring fans from here to over there. So rather than sort of having people loyal to one show, try to get them to watch all three. Yeah. Very smart move. We discussed that a little bit last week as well, because they're doing the sort of the same thing with the women's tag team belts. As by the sounds of it, they could be going over all three as well. So very, very smart.
Sasha and Bayley did say that.
That's true. Yeah. So with Raw, they need those ratings right now. SmackDown's about to go to Fox. Fox has a very strict set of rules, but what they want SmackDown to deliver. Pardon me. NXT being only. Oh, I'm gonna hiccup. It suck. With NXT only being on the WWE Network, they obviously want to push as much traffic there as they can. It's a smart move. It's a very, very smart move. But what's super interesting, having them face the Revival, who, spoilers, they lost.
Yeah.
It's this weird sort of thing for me. Like, we're going to look at a little inside baseball here. We know Aleister Black and we know Ricochet are good. We've seen it. We've seen them dominate NXT.
Yeah.
Now we've seen them come to the main roster and they're dominating here again.
Yeah.
So it's a real downer, a real bummer to see them take out the Revival. Like the Revival who had such a shitty run for a very long time and they finally got their comeuppance and they're having a good time and they're just being pummeled into the ground again.
Yeah.
Like, it's that weird line.
Yeah, it's tricky. Especially because, like, you know, it makes me wonder where they're going with this because, as always, you know, Bobby Roode and Chad Gable were staring on from the back watching the match.
They were.
Yeah. I think, I don't know, I feel like the Revival obviously did attack before the bell.
They did.
I think for me, I think that's their downfall in that respect. They need to just stay in their lane. They need to, you know.
But even optically, though, that's where it's the concern. Like, they are, like, all four of them are awesome superstars, man. They're awesome wrestlers. So,
but I feel like
having the Revival be champions and then be mushed, like,
by, you know, these
up and comers, like, this is like their second time on Raw.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, not even official call-ups.
Yeah, they're not even.
They're not on the main
on
roster. They're just two dudes that come on and just beat the champions.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, it's definitely...
who are we as the populace of the universe to accept that these guys should be deserving of their championship belts when they can be destroyed by NXT call-ups?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Casual, freelance NXT call-ups.
Yeah, that's very true.
However, saying that, I'm really becoming a fan of Aleister Black.
Yeah, that Black Mass is brutal.
Yeah, so
that kick to the head.
So once again, having them to Ricochet and Aleister Black as a tag team is working. It's totally working.
Yeah, definitely.
So with Ricochet being that big high flyer, doing a lot of those cool flips and tricks and all the stuff that he does, and
Black
then having
being the powerhouse.
Black being that striker, sort of getting them on the ropes, getting them on the corner, using a lot of that sort of Muay Thai sort of style. Like they balance each other really, really well. So when it does get that moment of we need that bit of extra oomph, in comes Ricochet, does the extra pump. Yeah. Did I note who it won by?
Yeah. So Black Mass to Scott Dawson.
Yes, that's right. Thank you very much.
Aleister Black kicked Scott Dawson for the pin.
Yeah. But yeah, solid match overall.
Yeah,
I want to see more. Like, as I was watching, I was like, pulled up WWE shop. I was like, where are else the black shirts there are?
Yeah.
I don't know. Something about him, like, I think that intro music helps so much.
His intro is phenomenal. I love watching that. It is so much fun.
Well, it's like that very Undertaker entrance.
Yeah.
But it's the music that pumps for me. Like,
I don't know what that song is. I need to find out because I am obsessed.
But yeah, it sounds very interesting. Next, we cut to a Baron Corbin promo, sort of having an interview, I guess, having a chat with Charlie, I believe. Yeah. Talking about Charlie asked the questions like, "Hey, you said some pretty horrible shit about Roman Reigns." Yeah. He's like, "Yeah, but you know, who like should people be held responsible for stuff I said in the past?" Like, yeah,
they should.
People can't be held responsible for shit they say in the future. You fucking idiot.
Dickhead.
What a dick.
Yeah.
And they talk about, you know, you said some horrible stuff. Do you regret some of the things you say? He's like, look, I was in a really tough place, man. You know, Roman in particular doesn't understand how hard it was to be the acting general manager of Monday Night Raw. And Charlie's delivery of the microphone with the pencil in my hand. She's like, so are you saying that being the acting general manager is worse than leukemia?
Yeah. He's like, I was like, yes, bitch. Drag him. Like, read him to Phil. That was so good.
I'm like, oh, fuck.
And then he's just like, well, for Roman's sake, let's hope that we don't cross paths.
Yeah, because if he's going to beat the piss out of you, you disrespectful piece of shit.
Let's hope for your sake, not Roman's, that you don't cross paths. Wow.
Next we get a very odd little birthday package clip from Snoop Dogg for Ric Flair's birthday, because as this week is Ric Flair's 70th birthday.
Snoop's a Hall of Famer. How?
Wait, is he really?
He is a WWE Hall of Famer.
How the fuck did he get that?
I don't know.
Can we confirm that?
I don't have my phone on me. I might have to grab yours.
That's fine. I'll get it later. Something.
Yeah.
Then we get to Elias. He comes out and then he gets interrupted by an ad. He gets interrupted by Lacey Evans, who did her entering and leaving again.
I'm fucking sick of it.
I wrote here, Lacey Evans enters and leaves. What the fuck? I am sick of this.
Yeah, I just wrote Lacey Evans. Really?
Yeah. I don't know what
Really?
See, this is. We'll get into this. Let's get into this now. So, rumor mill on those dash sheets, those dirt sheets. Thanks to our good friend Dash. He has filled me in with some info. He's like, rumor has it on the backstage that Vince thinks that Lacey is the new thing, right? The new big thing. So with Ronda Rousey potentially leaving the picture after WrestleMania, he's looking at pushing her into that place to go on the lines with Charlotte and Becky and those main tier women. So my thing, what they're doing here is he's like, we need to ensure that the universe don't forget that you exist.
Ugh.
How
I'd rather.
about you just don't forget shit by having her fucking wrestle someone?
I think that one day she's going to come out and do her little parade and someone from backstage is just going to come and wallop the absolute shit out of her and leave her for mess. And I can't wait to see it.
Because I understand that with her character, like, with who she is as Lacey Evans, like the demeanor that she gives out is that, she no nonsense, like just like I don't got time for your shit.
Yeah, better than you.
That sort of line, I'm better than you lineup. And I understand that with that attitude comes that negative response from from the universe, but like it's not helping her. Like this is not doing anything for her. Having her come out, this is an annoyance.
Yeah, definitely.
So like when we do see her get into the ring, I'm gonna be annoyed at her.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna support her, even I support some bad guys.
You know what I support? Heavy Machinery taking the piss out of her last week.
Yeah, that was brilliant.
That was great.
Yeah, we're Heavy Machinery.
Yeah.
But like, I don't know what they're doing here, and it's bullshit, and I want it to stop. Like things like
I'm sick of seeing her.
Like, granted, like we haven't seen EC3 in like a bajillion weeks at this point, but like we're getting this instead. What the fuck is this? Also, what the fuck's Nikki Cross? Like, are they taking?
Well, I saw her later in the episode, but she wasn't doing anything.
Yeah, both her and EC3 were up there for Rick's little birthday thing.
They were there, but they're not doing anything.
But weren't doing anything. What a fucking waste of excellent talent.
Yeah, ridiculous.
And they're just pushing this dumb shit forward.
Yeah.
Next, we see Dean Ambrose. He enters the ring to mention that he wants a no DQ match against Drew McIntyre, sort of as a result of last week. This was the third interruption to Elias, who we should mention he's still in the ring at this point.
Yeah, Elias is still there.
So he comes out and he starts antagonizing him. So I'm like, hey man, like, do you take requests? Well, what about Night of the Dog?
Yeah. Just waddles off a bunch of these songs and then he's like...
So Night of the Dog, Better Man, Thunderstruck. Look, if you can't play Thunderstruck, about Dirty Deeds.
Yeah.
And I was like,
oh! I was the same. I was like... Ooh, Dirty Deeds and they're done dirty.
Elias is trying to like play him off, and they make this big joke about the Oscars, which was airing on the same night, I believe. So eventually ends with a scuffle. Dirty Deeds.
Well, Dean Ambrose. Elias goes to do his signature bash him with a guitar.
Yep.
That man must spend so much money on guitars.
Oh, his guitar budget is huge.
Yeah. Just Dirty Deeds and he's done. Take that, Elias.
But yeah, so like I don't know. Elias is totally being wasted right now.
Yeah.
I don't know what they're doing. Like I understand they want him to come out there and do his little jams, but then everyone's so disrespectful that they don't even come out and give him a shot.
Yeah.
And like, granted, his songs are never amazing anyway.
Yeah.
They're always kind of just very small and simple. But like, it was given a moment with Jeff Jarrett, and that kind of went okay. But what a flash in the pan that was. Not saying that I want to see Jeff Jarrett. I don't want to see Jeff Jarrett or Roadhog anymore. Like that. Like I'm like, that's a little too old, man.
Yeah.
But I understand why it was there and what they were trying to do, but fuck it. I'm kind of bored of Elias right now.
Yeah.
He had a good moment at the end of last year, and I was enjoying it.
Yeah.
Then it went away. Next up was a match between the Riot Squad and specifically
Ruby Riott
and Sarah Logan versus Natalya and Ronda Rousey.
Ronda Rousey.
It was an all right match, but it's. I was listening to another podcast, and they said, look, it's interesting how it was done because you could explain it to someone without naming names, and you can tell them and you can guess exactly how it went down.
Yeah.
So if you were to tell someone, it starts with one woman in the ring getting the shit pounded out of her, just being dominated, go over, tap someone, that woman comes in, clears the room, and wins. Who do you think is who?
Yeah. Straight up, you'd be like, Ronda Rousey. She's the winner.
Yeah. Well, which is no surprise. Like, Ronda Rousey is the superior woman in this match. Like, even against Natalya. We've seen her beat Natalya. So, like, we also saw twice her destroy Ruby Riott. Mm-hmm. Before that, we saw her take on Sarah Logan and win.
Liv Morgan.
And we saw her take on Liv Morgan and win. So no one in this match is worth her time is the wrong word, but none of them are on the caliber that needs to be taken. Like Ronda can clear them out, and she has.
Yeah, I did find it interesting. Sarah Logan pulled something new out that they'd never seen before, and it was this weird like armbar leg submission. I think they called it like a modified cloverleaf or something like that. And she like had Natalia's legs hooked up in her arms, and I was like, I don't know what that is, but that looks like it hurts everyone.
Yeah, that looks uncomfortable. Yeah.
Yeah, but that was interesting to see that, you know, the women's division are pulling out new moves and they're trying new things and they're trying to be more engaging. Yeah. Like, you know, I love that. That gets me engaged. I'm just like, oh, what are they going to pull out next? Like, is there going to be something new? So that really sort of hooked me into that match.
Speaking of something of what they're going to bring out, Becky makes her way into the ring and crushes her way in, and then proceeds to try mush Natalya.
Well, yeah, Natalia's like, no. Becky just
with a crutch. So, context for last week, Triple H did say that although it was pretty fucking cool that Becky came in and moshed everyone with like Ronda and Charlotte with crutches.
She'll get arrested.
If she does return, she will be arrested. She will be held for trespassing, and she'll be fucking escorted from the building.
Yeah, so obviously they have a shit ton of trainers before the police get there. What I found interesting though was
how'd she get in?
No, Ronda Rousey. Well, yeah, how'd she get in first of all?
Like she clearly looks like Becky Lynch. Like, cosplay is a thing, but come the fuck on.
Yeah, that's true. Also, Ronda Rousey was beating the living crap out of all the trainers in the ring. She was just like ripping them new ones to try and get to Becky. She's clearly had it. Ronda's like clearly done with this shit.
It's kind of smart. Like Becky made a good move here, but rather than just going for Ronda as expected, she just went for whoever was nearest.
Yeah.
But saying that though, I think there's a little bit more planning to it than that. So it's like that idea of if I can't get to you, I'm going to get to those around you. I was going to say,
do you think that maybe possibly, even though Ronda was so worked up, do you think that maybe she could have had a hand in Becky actually getting in? Do you think there could be something in the works under there to try and get what she wants? Maybe she's in cahoots with somebody to get Becky there.
It's certainly possible, especially like, we'll get into the next moment here after Becky gets escorted out. Ronda's in the ring, calls out Vince, being like, Vince, you piece of shit. Didn't say that. Yeah. She's like, come into the ring. This is bullshit. We shouldn't be dealing with. Get out here right now. Instead, Stephanie McMahon comes out. They have a to and fro about this is the right decision. Reinstate Becky right now. This is bullshit. All it's doing is causing more shit.
Yeah. Vince claims he's the man. He claims he makes the big decisions, but he needs to make the right one.
Exactly. So by reinstating Becky, it'll fix all this problem. We'll have none of this stuff
anymore. Because Ronda's sick of it. She's clearly at her wit's end. She's done.
That's what she said. She's at her wit's end.
Yeah.
And then proceeds to lay the belt, which is essentially forego the Raw Women's Champion and leave.
Yeah.
So that title is now vacant, which is massive.
Yeah.
Like it's just fuck. So like in terms of that, like that's your theory could certainly hold some water here, with the idea of we need to make this happen. We need to put the pressure on.
Yeah.
Like maybe front the bail money for Becky.
Yeah,
could happen.
I did like on Twitter, Becky was like, buy my shirts. Like, she had like her mug shots and like WWE was like, who would want this on a shirt? And Becky's like, please, I need bail money. I thought that was pretty cool.
I'd buy it.
Yeah, I'd buy it. I'd bail her out.
So like there's certainly some possibility there.
I feel like there was definitely something behind the scenes because she wouldn't have just been able to get in.
Yeah.
Somebody smuggled her in somehow.
But yeah, no, it's very weird. It's very weird how she keeps getting in.
I did find it interesting as well that Becky's like, you should be arresting them. They robbed me. Like,
I was like, come on.
Like, that's rich.
That's a bit much.
Yeah.
Next up, we had Jinder Mahal and the Singh brothers. I wrote here, hang on. You can tell how much I care. Jinder Mahal and the Singh brothers say some shit about Flair and then open invite.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so they're in the ring and they're bitching about how they didn't get an invite to Ric Flair's birthday. Because if you want a party, you invite the modern day Maharaja.
Yeah.
I was like, fuck Jinder. Like, calm down, man.
Take it easy.
And then the open challenge was accepted by Kurt Angle, who came out and then proceeded to beat the piss out of him. And then win of a submission with an ankle lock. Just... what I say?
Ankle lock. It's the angle lock.
Sorry.
Yeah, just so you know, he's got the angle slam and the angle lock.
That's my poor handwriting there.
Yeah.
Submission by angle lock, and then when the Sting brothers entered for some reason, he proceeds to suplex both of them and just wreck their faces.
So I was so involved in that match that I, for shits and gigs, just Googled, are the Singh brothers actually brothers? Yes, they are.
Oh, nice.
Yes. So Sunil and Samir are actually brothers. So fun fact, they're not just two guys that kind of look the same. They just put two Indian dudes in
they're brothers because racism.
Yeah, no, they're actually broskies. So that's how invested I was in that match. I didn't care. I just Googled if the Singh brothers are actually brothers.
Look, I was more excited that my son was dicking around in the lounge room and he heard the music and went, "Oh, you suck!" I'm like, my little man, you're my man.
Love him. Absolutely love him.
But yeah, no, it was really cool to sort of have Kurt Angle come back because
especially because he was only supposed to be there celebrating. So the fact that he took that open invite.
And on top of that, once again, the power of Dash. Power of Dash has laid down some potential rumor mill that Mania may be the retirement of Kurt Angle. I think we talked about that last week as well.
Yeah.
I know, we're repeating ourselves.
Well, Kurt Angle used to be the guy that gave the open invites. So
I think it's really made me happy.
Wait, is Kurt's a Hall of Famer
He's
already?
old as fuck, and he's old. I think he's two-time Hall of Famer.
Yeah. I was going to say, do you reckon again? No. He's already in.
No. So, as much as I would hate to see Kurt retire, at least he's going in that direction with wins.
Yeah,
there's that last push.
His last hurrah.
Yeah, very cool to see more of that as I punch the table.
After that, we had a moment of thirst. Bliss.
Oh man, she was just
thirsty.
Gagging.
She's so thirsty.
So next we have a moment of bliss with Finn Balor, the current Intercontinental Champion.
Beautiful.
She comes out. All I wrote here is Alexa wants to bang.
So first of all, she's like, that's a cool title and all, but it covers up your abs. Yeah. Like, gotta let those babies breathe, And he's like, Alexa, you're making me blush. I was like, okay, tone down the flirting here because I've got a boner.
Yeah.
My wiener is hard right now. Just take it easy, guys. You're making me sexually tense.
Yeah, I'm watching this. I'm like, I'd like to see this.
And she's like, hey, if you show me your abs, I'll show you my interruption.
Like, what is it going to be, a butt? Is it a butt?
I don't know. But she was interrupted. Everybody's like, aw, get your tits out. Even I was like, oh, I want to see her naked. Let's be honest. But yeah, so obviously...
So it was interruption from Lio Rush, who comes out and sort of makes the claim of this thing's bullshit because you shouldn't be the Intercontinental Champion. It should be in the hands of Bobby Lashley, and he proceeds to spout all this stuff. And Finn Balor, to his credit, manages to work Leo's words, being like,
he twisted
so
them
hang
harder
on,
than twisty.
are you saying that by you coming out here, you want to challenge me for the Intercontinental Championship? Bobby will be pretty pissed with that. Like, no, that's not what I said. Like, I'm out here to get it on behalf of Bobby.
Yeah, I'm taking it back for Bobby. Like, I'm going to give it to him. Oh, no. So you're going to try and win the title.
He's like, that's fine. He said, it's like, you know what? I accept your challenge, Leo.
I love it.
Yeah, I was like, oh, Leo, he just was great. Watching Leo Rush, he'd be like...
his grave was getting dug deeper and deeper, and he was like, well, I'm stuck here.
And he's like, well, play my music, give me a proper entrance. And then he gets in, he barely gets to the end of the rap, then like Finn Balor kicks in.
Finn does his full entrance.
And I'm like, oh, beautiful. But this was the same sort of, quality match that the two can deliver. A lot of high-flying stuff, a lot of the usual, saying the usual. It does end in the coup de grace as always.
You're going to hate me for this, but honestly, athletically, Lio Rush entirely outshined Finn in that match.
Yeah.
That's what I love about Lio Rush, though. He's like, he is, even though, he's, let's be honest, a loser. He is a tremendous athlete. He is so good at what he does. And, like, even though he annoys the absolute living piss out of me, I love watching that guy wrestle. I love it. He's so much fun. He keeps me so engaged. He's moving, and you're just like, oh, where is he now? It's like watching, like, a ball, like, bouncing on, like, a ping pong ball, like, or something. Like, he's just like, bam, bam, bam. Oh, yeah, wow. So... Definitely appreciated that match. But yeah, obviously, coup de grace.
Yeah, that is when you see that go down, when you see
on an injured knee too. Good on you, Finn.
That's true. Yeah. So when you do see that kick into the corner of the ring, you're like, we're about to get a coup de grace. It's done.
Yeah.
It's done.
Yeah.
It's like we said, the coup de grace has become one of those finishes that you just know that, like an RKO, like a Dirty Deeds, that's the end. That's the end of it. That's the end of days. But that's another finisher there.
Yeah.
Like that's the end. Like, no one's getting out of it.
Yeah, it was definitely a bit of fun to watch.
Next up was a really awesome little side bit with the Ascension and Heavy Machinery.
Yeah.
So the Ascension was sitting there having a chat to Tucker Knight. Giving it
talking shit about Otis.
Yeah, he's like, hey, Otis, I hear he's out the back. Yeah, he's out the back rubbing through garbage for cheeseburgers because he's a pig-looking dude. And then you just hear this, I hear the voice from off camera.
I love it. You can just tell straight away, like, Otis is here. And then Tucker's like full, like, these guys are ripping into Otis. It's like, guys, you really don't want to be talking about Otis like that.
Like he's gonna fuck you up.
Yeah, he's a bad guy to get angry.
I love it. They're like, hey, if these guys are talking some smack, you're like, huh? Like,
yeah.
He's like, so they're saying you look like a pig. Pig!
I love it.
And at the back in the bin for cheeseburgers. Cheese!
So good.
This is brilliant. Well, give me more of Otis all the time. I need more Otis in my life.
That was so much fun. And then, obviously he clobbers the Ascension.
Yeah, and then he's like, and then punches them both. He's like, and then boots.
Just incoherent babbling.
I love Heavy Machinery, man. They need to do more. We need to see them more. Because in the ring, they're fucking awesome. Out of the ring, they're awesome. I am just loving everything they're delivering.
Yeah. And I love that, like, Tucker's just brutally honest. Like, Otis isn't a smart guy.
Yeah, he's not smart dude. He'll kick your ass.
But you don't want to make him angry.
Absolutely brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.
So good.
Next up...
BL, the Bobby Lashley is ripping, absolutely tearing Leo Rush a new one.
Yeah, so he's just belittling. He's like, what the fuck, dude? Like, blah, blah, blah. Something like, this is supposed to be for me. What the hell are you doing? You're taking championship matches away from me. Like, what is going on here?
Can I trust you?
Yeah.
Like, are you going to go behind my back again?
So once again, like, it's this kind of, like, break in the pairing. Like, this is we've seen Leo Rush do a couple of singles matches now. Like, are they trying to pull them away, to separate the two? Potentially.
But Bobby Lashley's music hit, and
he does enter in the match with Braun Strowman. Now, what was very interesting about this match is the beatdown took place in actual seconds. The bell never officially rang.
There was never officially a match. Braun just left.
Braun just punched him and left.
Yeah. Well, obviously Bobby attacked first because that's what Bobby Lashley does. Piece of shit. So I'm just sick of people just not starting matches. But this, for me, I found more interesting. I'm sick of Bobby specifically not starting, like not letting matches start officially. But I think I kind of actually loved that there wasn't a match here. It was just like a beat down, and then Braun's like, lullaby. That was great. That was a bit of fun. Yeah, because anything
you could have thrown him in the ring and then ding.
Yeah, and then you're like, oh, here we go. But that was a bit of fun that he just, layeth the smacketh down, if you will. And
he gave these hands.
Yeah. Bobby Lashley caught those hands.
He got
those hands.
He gets those hands.
He got them.
Yeah, that's I was talking.
I did notice as well. So obviously, like, what happens is to lead to Braun leaving, he gets out of the ring, and like I think Bobby's accidentally run into Leo or something like that, and he does that sprint around the ring and just powers through them, and you hear him yell out, "I'm coming for you! I'm coming for all three of you!" I was like, oh, he mad.
Like, it's Baron, man.
Yeah, Baron Drew and Bobby are. Fuck.
Look, I'm very sick of seeing that beatdown between Braun Strowman and Baron Corbin, but apparently they're not done.
Yeah.
Next up, we get some Seth Rollins little chats, little interviews,
talking about celebrating that his brother is back and that his match with Brock Lesnar is at the moment, even though it has been in the forefront for so long, it is secondary now, and that his focus right now is celebrating a cold brewski with his broski. Yeah,
that was very cool. I did thoroughly enjoy that.
Yeah, beautiful.
Then the ex-broski, Dean Ambrose, took on Drew McIntyre in what had been officially noted as a no DQ
Don't forget to mention, just before that, after we see Seth Rollins, we see, Ric Flair jump out of his limo because it is the night of his birthday celebration. Yeah. It is his 70th birthday.
Oh, he's an old prick.
Yeah, so we do see a little bit of Ric Flair jump out, wooing and hooing out of his, limousine ride and limousine.
Limousine ride and plane flying, son of a gun, whatever.
Yeah. And then we do, cut into Dean Ambrose versus Drew McIntyre in a no disqualification.
Now, as seems to be habit now with no DQ matches, rather than just allowing these two people to beat each other and like endlessly, it always someone comes involved. So we have Elias come in and do some shit, and which then allows for Drew McIntyre to get the pin to end the match. Then we have Baron Corbin come in with Lashley again for an additional beatdown for some fucking reason.
I think my favourite part of this match, I'm trying to adjust glasses that aren't there, don't mind me. Yep. My favourite part of this match was at one point, Dean Ambrose pulls his belt off, but he's got another belt underneath!
It was so weird. So, like, as he walks in, I'm like, is he wearing 2 belts? But then I forget about it, and then later on, he gets slammed, and there's an angle. I'm like, he's wearing 2 belts. Like, I remember in,
those little touches that I love about
I remember back in the scene days, like, you'd wear 1 belt and you'd wear a 2nd belt cosmetically.
Yeah.
But I'm like, he's wearing 2 belts. Like,
he's probably wearing 2 belts.
Yeah, like, what the fuck? Like,
one comes off and he starts doing the beat down.
Makes sense. Yeah. The second that he pulls that 2nd belt off to then beat the piss out of you, I'm like, that makes sense. I don't even see him drop trail. Like,
exactly.
Like, because he does fight in jeans. He doesn't fight in, like, hugging, like, lycra pants or anything.
Like John Cena does.
Yeah, so for, like, if the likes of Leo Rush take his belt off, they would still hold tight.
Yeah, exactly.
Or if you're John Finn Balor, you can just straight up see his dick.
Yeah.
Like,
but if you're John Cena or Dean Ambrose, like, there's going to be some nutsacks.
Yeah, there's going to be...
Somebody's going to...
Tidy whities, exposed dick hole.
Yeah.
Like, it's going to happen.
It's going to happen.
I understand the 2 belts now, because obviously, knowing... I think it seems stupid. Very smart.
Yeah.
Because, like...
But those belt shots were brutal.
Yeah, there's a lot of blood I'm whipping on dudes.
Yeah. But yeah, there ended up being 2 of the, I believe it's called the Glasgow Kiss. Kiss.
Which one?
The Dean Ambrose, not Dean Ambrose, the Drew McIntyre. I think
Claymore kick?
No. The headbutt, the Glasgow Kiss.
Yeah, Glasgow Kiss.
Yeah, so there was 2 brutal ones of those before Dean Ambrose was finally out. And then, of course, Baron Corbin and Elias. Elias shows up first, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, Elias
I was like, boo, I bought you Elias, boo.
Yeah, and then, Drew McIntyre and Bobby Lashley come out as well. Bobby was there. And then what I absolutely loved is burn it down again. And Seth waltzes out with a freaking chair.
I was like, oh, someone's going to fucking die.
He has a chair in his hand. And I was like, oh, hold on. Because obviously we saw last week, Dean Ambrose, after his match... was like, he came up to Seth during an interview and was like, where were you out there? And Seth was like, are you mad? And he's like, and then now he is. Obviously he's come to the aid of Dean Ambrose. And Roman joined him too.
So Roman comes out as well. It's the first time we've seen Roman in a ring for, upwards of 4 months.
Throwing his Superman punching
everyone.
Love it. Chairs everywhere.
Drops a big old spear on Baron, I believe it was.
Yeah, that was a beautiful
It's a good spear. So saying this though, this is what makes me think I disagree, like, the Shield are in love again. But no. Like, they don't acknowledge. They don't acknowledge Dean.
They look back at him.
In that ring, they give him
they give him nothing.
They give him nothing, right?
And they do, like, the little look back.
He's dying in the corner. No. They get up at the edge of that. They get the edge of that ramp and they look out at the crowd. They do not engage with Dean. They did not engage with Dean Ambrose. No way.
They had to have, because he was sitting up smiling. Like, they had to have been looking at him, because he would be smiling like an idiot if he wasn't.
Some of the shit, like what Dean Ambrose did, regardless of whether he's leaving after Mania or not,
it's shithouse.
He was the fucking worst, and there is no forgivable way that those two would be willing to work together.
No, what I don't think it'll be like, I feel like they'll turn the tables on him and they'll do to him what he did to Seth.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like they'll be like, yeah, no, everything's cool, man, we'll be the Shield, and then they'll just demolish him.
I don't know.
I feel like they're just gonna, give him his comeuppance, like payback.
Yeah, I have also heard, and around things that it may look as if we'll get the Shield and Braun versus these guys.
Yeah.
I'm like, cool. It's like weird line. I'm like, yeah, cool, but I don't know. In my heart of hearts, look, I like to think, because sort of
maybe Braun will join the Shield. Braun Shieldman.
He has been involved in the Shield before. I think when one of them was injured, he came in.
Yeah. Maybe.
So like it's certainly there. The Shield could come back in its capacity, but there's just something.
I feel like that'd be an after
something about. I think Dean may be unforgivable in this situation. Next, we get to see Bayley and Nia Jax do a singles match
with Sasha
ahead
and
of
Tamina.
their women's tag team championship match at Fastlane.
Mm-hmm. Sasha Banks in Bayley's corner, Tamina in
of course.
Corner,
They're all inseparable.
Thought nothing.
Huh?
I was not about this match at all.
Yeah,
I was like,
it ended with an exceptional elbow drop from Bayley onto Nia Jax's face. Thoroughly enjoyed that part. Yeah. That part was great. I'm just sick of seeing Nia Jax.
I did enjoy when Nia Jax got a hold of Sasha and Bayley just fucked her up.
Yeah.
It was so good. So yeah.
It's this weird line, right? It makes sense because they are some of the most dominant force in the Raw women's setup.
Division, yes.
1 second.
Ugh.
Gross. We are both very sick, so we're just in this hot mess of sick right now.
Apologize.
Saying that, I have seen these women, like we're sitting here bitching about how often we've seen Baron Corbin and Braun Strowman.
It's the same thing.
Same thing. Like these, they're just like, can anyone else take on Nia Jax? Can anyone else take on Bayley and Sasha? Like, why the fuck do we have to see this again? Yeah. And on top of that, it's going to be literally the next match at Fastlane. Like, ugh.
Sick seeing it.
Killing me.
Jax.
Killing me.
We've said it time and time before. She's no good.
No. But yeah, it was good to see her getting punched in the face. Next up, we get now I'm going to go through this very slowly just to kind of add to the pool. So
Ric Flair's birthday celebration.
I'm gonna pull this until I can get the last one. Sorry. Next up, we get the Ric Flair celebration. We have a lot of the roster standing on the stage there. We have Shane, we have Stephanie in the ring, and we have Triple H standing there doing the usual spiel. They're like, let's welcome. We've seen a lot of these people throughout the night, but we're gonna go through them here. So first off, we see
Heartbreak Kid Shawn Michaels.
That's it, coming out in his NXT branded gear because he is very prominent on NXT now. Then next we get Ricky the Steamboat.
Ricky the Dragon.
Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. I keep trying to call him Steamboat Willie for some reason.
Just a second.
Ricky the Dragon Steamboat comes out. Next we get Kurt Angle. Then we get Sting, and then Triple H, I believe, is like, all right, and it's time for the
video reel first. Beautiful video reel.
This is a reel of the history of Ric Flair and what he's done and what he's been capable of. And he does the whole, like the limousine driving, airplane, jet flying, stealing, kissing lemons, son of a gun.
Yeah,
Ric Flair. Music kicks in. Nothing.
Nowhere. Everyone
stops. Everyone's baffled. Everyone no idea what's going on.
It's taking
ages. The screen changes. Cuts to a long shot. A man holding a camera down a hallway. At the end, you see a figure dragging another cameraman. From this distance, you can't make out who it is. And even when it cuts to the camera being dragged, you're not entirely sure. You think, what the fuck is this? My theory was like, it looks like a man, but is this, like Becky Lynch? Like, is it the man instead of a man? Because thinking that, although she got pulled away, arrested, did she find a way out? Is she coming to fucking savage Ric Flair to give it up, Charlotte? Be like, in your fucking face. But no. As you cut to that camera, it turns around, and it's fucking Batista. It's the animal. And he's there, and he's like got that camera, and he's like, "Fucking watch this!" And he kicks that door open, turns around, slam it.
You see the Ric Flair sign on the door.
on the change room. This whole clutter of fucking mess and chaos, and then you see the door swing open, and Batista drags the Destroyer, dragging
the Nature Boy,
a 70-year-old man by the scruff of the neck.
The Nature Boy.
As he pulls down, he's like, "Have I got your attention now, Hunter?" And I was like, oh shit! Like it has been in the rumor mills for a very long time that we would find a way to get Batista, Triple H in the ring together. In no way did I think it was going to be around the idea of punching a senior citizen and then dragging him out. And holy Beautiful. Shit! Holy
that was
actual shit.
That was a stunning evolution.
Oh!
Hey! Sorry, I've been hanging on to that joke all night.
Actual shit.
Can I give props to Batista and whoever Batista deals with his body modifications, because that nose piercing, A, was perfect, and B, the most beautiful blue that matched his glasses that I have ever seen.
Yeah, you're accessorized.
So, good job, Batista.
Boo! Yeah. Like, that is brilliant.
That was
brilliant.
Beautiful. Stunning. I'm so excited to see where this goes. Because again, I come from the day of, evolution. Like, evolution was my thing, Ric Flair, Triple H, Batista, Randy Orton. Like, they were, the evolution from, like, what DX was to the New Age. Like, this is so interesting to see how this is playing out and how they're, what we thought was together is now falling apart again.
Well, because even on top of that, like when at SmackDown 1000, we did have Evolution on in the ring, and
that's what I mean.
And they were chatting, and there was this bit of like
there was a bit of tension.
There was something there between Batista and H. I'm like,
Batista seems to think
like,
he's
what the
better.
fuck is this? Like, there's this,
there was definitely a bit of tension there. I did see that.
So, and after the show, we did get confirmation that at WrestleMania we will have Triple H versus Batista, which insane because Triple H blew out his fucking boob at Crown Jewel and like literally ripped his pec muscle off his body.
Yeah.
So like they had to this is the quickest recovery, I think, like second to John Cena.
Yeah.
In terms of like a really fucking dangerous injury.
Yeah.
And Batista, who's obviously been out of it for a while, he's made movies and he's been this huge thing. So to have him just come back, he's not Groot, he's Drax. He's Drax the Destroyer. That's Vin Diesel, motherfucker.
Yeah, my bad.
As I said, it's Drax the Destroyer. And
yeah.
he is coming to wreck shit up.
Yeah, ridiculous. I'm so excited for it.
That's all I want to say.
I'm so excited for it. I'm so excited.
Man, and that brings us to the end of this week's episode of Raw. Holy fuck, what
hype.
A killer.
So much hype.
Killer episode.
All about it.
Having not really really dealt with WrestleMania season before, I'm unsure what to expect, and it really
the road to WrestleMania is a full-on
it
one.
should be, but like up until now, it's not. It's kind of like we've got Charlotte and Becky and Ronda doing a thing here. Woo! The UC champions happening. Yeah, something. Oh, what the fuck else is happening? So there's no real reason, no drive to be excited, and I feel that to like this, and we get SmackDown. This really, I'm like, oh man,
the pressure is on. It's only a month away.
From
Mania
this,
is a month
I
away.
went to my boss today and was like, "Could I get the 8th Monday, the 8th of April off? I got WrestleMania to watch." Yeah. It's like, oh, so what we can do. So like, I was like, oh, I'll watch it at work and then I'll watch it when I get home. But no, like I've come to a point now, like seeing these little
WrestleMania is the big
seeds,
one you have to watch.
Seeing all these little seeds, I'm like, I gotta find one.
WrestleMania is the big one.
Quality, great episode.
It is the grandest stage of them all.
Apart from the Jinder Mahal initially, but then having Kurt Angle came in, this was because we're only working like half measurements.
I'd say 1 3/4.
Yeah, well, we only work in like 1/2. So I'd say for that reason, it's a 1.5 Kurt Angle. It's it's not quite 2 Kurt Angle heads. It's 1.5.
Yeah,
he's a fucking thumb man.
He is the thumb.
He is the human thumb. Let us know what you thought of this week's episode of Monday Night Raw in those comments below on the Facebooks or the Discord. Come and join them wrestling chats. Next, we move into SmackDown.
The Smacketh Down in Charlotte, North Carolina.
Yes, this aired on the 26th of February in the United States. It starts with Stephanie McMahon and Shane McMahon standing in the ring with a desk, 2 chairs, 2 leather chairs. They very clearly pointed out, not pleather.
Wait,
leather.
Wasn't Daniel Bryan already sitting in?
Oh, I was still getting there.
I
said because they're 2 leather chairs.
That
was the thing. Not pleather. The fake leather, faux leather, genuine fucking leather. So as Stephanie McMahon says that, you see Daniel Bryan, who is sitting in the chair, holding that belt, rolling to his right. You see him kind of go, ooh. You see it moving him a little bit. He's like, I'm feeling fucking couch chair.
Yeah.
They then proceed to talk about Daniel Bryan. They talk about the WWE Championship. They talk about Fastlane.
They talk specifically about how much Daniel Bryan has been beaten recently.
That's right. They talk about how one man who has waited 11 years to have a shot at the heavyweight championship, saying that this man has won numerous Intercontinental Championships, numerous United States champions, numerous tag team championships. Talking about the Kofi Kingston. Beautiful. Music kicks in. Out comes the New Day, the buddies Big E and Xavier with the Kof and getting more hype. The crowd is going bonkers. We're getting Kofi chants and having a damn good time. Everyone is behind Kofi at this time.
100 #Kofi Mania.
So they give Kofi a mic and he says a couple of words. It's really, really powerful. And they're like, all right.
Specifically, I'm going to beat Daniel Bryan.
Yes, I'm going to beat Daniel Bryan, punch him first, beat him already twice, blah, 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 blah. So then
little highlight
Shane
reel.
stands there, directs. He's like, as you are the champion, Daniel Bryan, please sign that form. Daniel Bryan's name is on it. Next, Kofi sits down.
One thing I did love, can I just mention this, is that they did play a little highlight reel of obviously Kofi's achievements over the years and stuff like that. I love that they still included his whole Jamaican shtick when he had that and the whole like, boo, boo, boo. Yeah, I loved it. Absolutely loved it. It was a good little highlight reel. It made me super nostalgic. I was like, oh, Kofi, we've been together so long. Aww.
So Daniel Bryan gives his John Hancock.
No hesitation. I was shocked.
Yeah. Kofi sits down, has that moment of thought, grabs that pen, and just as he puts that pen to paper, we hear this, no chance!
No chance!
No chance in hell!
And Vince, like, before his music even finishes, like, it cuts out a little bit, and the crowd's like, no chance in hell! That was great. I love that. So
old Vinnie Mac walks out, and he's like, Kof, you've been around here a long time, man.
I'm thankful for that.
I'm thankful that you have done so much here at WWE. You've been amazing.
But you're not good enough.
However, as the chairman, I need to deliver matches. I need to deliver blockbuster matches. I need to push a product. I need to make things happen as my phone messaging, and it's completely unimportant. It's like, so for that reason, terribly sorry.
I'm replacing you.
And and like you see Kofi's heart break. You see Xavier and Big E, they get mad. They pump. They get huge. And the screen goes black. It's like, I replaced you with Kevin Owens. And then fucking fight anyone, you know, like this. The goes, Kevin Owens works out, a man who has been out of the picture for the better part of like 4-ish months. Who's been out injured, you know, after seeing little teasers week and week. He is here, and he is now fighting
the number one contender for the
WWE. He's the number one contender for the Heavyweight Championship.
World Heavyweight Championship at Fastlane.
What?
I'm not happy.
Yeah, so he gets up and he signs the paper, and there it is. It is contract confirmed. Kevin Owens, Daniel Bryan, Fastlane.
You mad? I'm mad. You mad? I'm mad. You mad? You mad?
Mad.
I am so mad.
It is conflict. It is conflict up the wazoo right now. So, because look, Kevin Owens is fucking gold. He is great. He is exceptional. He is a quality superstar.
Don't get me wrong. He's not on the caliber of Kofi Kingston, and Vince McMahon saying that he is better than Kofi pissed me the absolute shit off. I am angry. I am so mad about this. Like, Vince McMahon grinds my gears so hard, like saying that, you know, Kofi's done 11 years in this industry for the WWE alone. You know, he's been wrestling for 17 or more. And Vince has the nerve to say you're not good enough. Are you kidding me? Like, this guy has busted his ass for you.
It's bad enough he did this shit with Charlotte, right? And does it again with Kevin. Like, what the fuck is this?
Look, don't get me wrong. Sure, Kevin deserves it. You know, he's been injured. He's come back. He deserves that title shot. But he is not.
Who the fuck deserves a title shot after being off for months?
Exactly.
It's an injury. However,
no automatic rematches.
It's not even an automatic rematch. Because, like, I think last belt he had before he left was the UC champ. Like, the heavyweight. So, like, I'm
mad.
Totally could be wrong there. Oh, we'll get to some corrections before we finish the show as well. So it makes some mistakes last week. But, like, I don't understand. I understand, like, is that weird moment, like, it's the crowd reflected the same emotions that I had.
Confliction.
They were like, Kofi, boo, boo. Oh, fuck, it's Kevin Owens.
Yeah.
And like, it was such a weird twist of pain. Saying that, though, I do not think this is the last we have of Kofi.
No, definitely not.
This way. You said hashtag Kofi Mania. There's a lot going on here. A lot of hints, little twists. So, like, credit to Vince.
Especially considering straight after this, we do cut to Stephanie Shane and Kevin backstage, and he does request a match as a tag team partner with Kofi Kingston.
And Eric and Rowan let him show.
Yeah, so that could play into something.
Saying that, this is what I'm thinking. We're seeing Kofi Mania. The commentators mentioned a handful of times. Vince, although he does react on emotion a lot, he's a smart man. He knows what's going on. So for that reason, and he says, and we quote, I need to sell blockbuster shows. I need to do this. There are things that, you know, he's like, we need the best. Do you think
maybe he's keeping
possible.
The blockbuster for the grandest stage of them all?
Yes, he is. That is what he's doing. He's playing a smart move here. Rather than sort of being along...
You're onto something, Betsy.
That's it. Rather than being along the lines of, look, let's not waste Kofi... Bryan
at Fastlane.
Fastlane it's a second tier pay-per-view. Like, it's like if you're going to be that man and you want people to watch and give a shit, you put them at Mania.
Yeah, I was going to say it is a good way to push Kevin back into the main roster and get him back in the mouths of the, homes and stuff like that. So yeah, I reckon you're onto something there, my friend.
I'm still
angry.
Hand on my heart, believe that we will get the New Day versus the Bryan family.
You know what I was expecting though?
This is week 3 we've gone on this.
You know what I was expecting though? As soon as it's like, I replaced you, I was expecting Charlotte Flair. I was like, Charlotte?
Fuck it, why not?
No, Kevin Owens. Like, I'm stoked to see Kevin Owens back, don't get me wrong. That's super awesome that he's back so quickly after recovering from double knee surgery, I believe.
So yeah, New Day, Bryan family.
I think it's going to be a thing, definitely.
Still happening. I haven't given up hope.
Blockbuster, yeah, I definitely think so. Everybody's so behind Kofi now that I reckon.
Yeah, because like if he's, like you said, they mentioned that he's
still mad.
He was an overnight sensation for 11 years. Like, it's just like, it would be stupid of WWE to not have that be a match. So what this will do, this will light an additional fire
under Kofi's ass.
Under the new, because the new, like, both Biggie and Xavier have been working their magic behind on the socials and getting that push, and then other superstars are getting behind there as well. Everyone is getting involved. Everyone is building the hype for what will be a fucking awesome match. And I said, if it's all about selling tickets, if it's all about the business, that is a dirty move now. But when that gets announced in 2 weeks, 3 weeks, not even, we will all erupt.
All right, I'm starting to feel a little bit better about this now. I'm not as worked up.
For a second, I was like, what the fuck? And as the match was going on, I'm like, as the show went on, I'm like, oh no, this is good. We can work around this. We, being very optimistic here, it could be like, yeah, it's the worst, and it never gets any better. But it could.
Yeah, it definitely could go an amazing way.
As I said, Kevin asked questions about, like, hey, can I have a match with Kofi against Daniel and Rowan?
Yeah, I love it.
We'll talk about that later. Because they didn't give him the yes then and there.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, Stephanie did say we'll take it into consideration, your request. I love, though, that obviously Kevin did know about this, but Vince has just kept Stephanie and Shane in the dark, and they're like, how long have you known? And it's like, look, that doesn't matter. Smart ass.
Saying that, though, during Kevin's... I think I've got my voice out.
Yeah, I'm a bit
I got a little bit too passionate there. So, during Kofi's... Kevin's chat with Shane and Stephanie, the bar had an introduction. Fuck, who cares, I suppose.
Yeah, all I remember coming into was...
Yeah, we come into them doing, like, the little Dragon Ball Z pose. I'm like... Did they not play their whole intro? Oh, that's weird. Yeah. And then, because I was like, oh, okay, who are they taking on? Because I was sitting with Dylan, who's a friend of mine, who's bunking with us for a little bit. We were bullshit. I'm like, oh, what it's going to be like? It could be machinery, like because we know that some, like, is it going to be Gargano and Ciampa? But if it was, they would have announced it at this point. And it was doom 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 doom. I'm like, holy fuck, is that Jeff Hardy?
Yeah, it is.
No, because I'm thinking, hang on. Jeff Hardy doesn't have a partner right now. That could only mean, and because I was getting dinner ready, so I turned around and then I
heard the announcer say his name and I was like, Matt Hardy.
I was cooking dinner and I turn around and then I just see the Hardy Boys. Dun, dun, dun. I'm like, get the actual fuck out.
See this. So as soon as I heard his name, because I had it playing via my speaker system in the car because I hadn't watched yet. So I was listening as opposed to watching, and I heard the music come out, and then they're like, that's Matt Hardy, and I was like, the Hardy Boys, and I was so excited that, like, it's the Hardy Boys. As soon as I heard the Hardy Boys, I was like all welling up. I was just like, yeah. I was in the car, I was like throwing the fingers up, and I was like, yes, like, this is my tag team. This is my day. I love to see these guys. I'd seen little snippets of things like little things like Matt Hardy's name on Twitter and stuff like that, and I was like, oh, could he be coming back? Yeah, he is. And I am so about it.
See, what's so awesome about this is, we're getting 2 returns. Like, once again, WrestleMania season. Like, we're getting 2 big returns with Kevin Owens.
3 for the week now.
Yeah, 3 for the week now. So we got Roman, we got Kevin Owens,
now Matt Hardy.
Now, Matt Hardy was on, like, similar to Roman.
He's looking good, by the way.
Not kind of as in the same capacity, but there was that fear. Like, everyone was like, no, Matt Hardy's retired. Like, he's not coming back. He's done. He's out.
Yeah.
And I don't, because he kind of stepped away just before I got back into it. So, because there was him and Bray Wyatt had a big old feud for a while,
did.
that sort of stuff. So I haven't seen a lot of him, but I have gone back and watched a lot of old Hardy Boys matches.
Oh, I love them.
Because I was watching on WWE Network the Table for Three.
Yeah.
So there was a good episode with Edge and Christian and the Hardy Boys, and they talked about the big matches, and they talked about the match I've seen like a bajillion times. Just put that
the ladder match with the spear off
that beautiful spear that just obliterates Jeff.
Yeah. Edge just executed that perfectly.
So I was just up, and I'm up the Hardy Boys' ass right now, and then having them come out, I was like, oh, because like even once again, so I think it was like what. WrestleMania 33,
maybe
32, where they did have like that was their announcement. That's where they came back.
Yeah.
So like it was just like, once again same thing. Obviously not on that grander stage this time, but it was like just massive stadium.
Yeah.
Music kicks in and they make it. I think it was
beautiful.
33. It was 2 years ago, 33.
It was beautiful. I was all about it.
Yeah, it was a damn solid match.
Yeah, that was a good match. There was, my favorite moves. Like there was a bunch of twists of fates. There was obviously the Swanton Bomb. Like, I loved it. I loved it.
The match did end on a twist of fate to Caesar. Caesar to Cesaro.
Yep.
And then it did end with a Swanton Bomb from the corner. To the center.
Yeah.
Those
guys are ridiculous. Jeff and Matt together are just next level.
The hang time on that Swanton Bomb was brilliant. Like, we are talking the 0.4 of a second before he would have collided. He did the tuck and then schmack.
He's ridiculous
Sheamus.
for it.
Like I went,
and you can see he's so much more confident with Matt there.
Yeah,
that clearly, as a team, they are a much more confident, much more powerful tag team. Jeff, he's phenomenal on his own, but he's just that much better with.
And
Matt.
he has had this bit of. Kind of not finding his place the last little bit. Like he's a little bit off, a little bit lost.
I think he's home.
The
Hardy Boys are home, and I am all about it. And I love the winners are the Hardy Boys. But he hesitated because he didn't know what to call them, and I was like, do it. And he's like, the Hardy Boys.
Next up was a little moment with Aleister Black, Ricochet, and Lana.
Mm-hmm. Lana, obviously, being Lana.
Because they do have a match later in the card against Rusev and Shinsuke Nakamura, which is fucking weird.
Yeah.
Missing for a while. So the idea of Lana's like, I don't get it. Like, I've heard about you. I've not heard shit. You ain't fucking Rusev. They're like, good. We're better than Rusev. And we're going to show you in your damn face. So that was fine. That was something. Next, we see R-Truth come out with Carmella.
Oh, he exists.
He does. I was like, where has he been? Oh, the US champion.
Oh, yeah, he's the champion.
Oh, yeah, US champion. That's a thing.
Asuka 2.0.
I forgot about that being a thing. Where's that? Comes out, enters... and as we get, it was kind of funny. R-Truth enters, what's up? Cool. And then the camera pans to Carmella, ad break.
Yeah.
And then it comes back to the announcement that Honka Tonk Man will be entering the Hall of Fame for this year.
Which is awesome.
I have no idea who that is. I thought it was fucking weird. I watched that and then he was like,
he's an Elvis Presley looking dude that doesn't know who Elvis Presley is.
It was great because it was Mean Gene. He's like, you look like Elvis Presley. He's like, I don't know who that is.
Yeah. And the Honk Tonk Man.
Yeah, it was pretty genius.
So good.
And then it does come back to Truth eventually, and he does deliver a very, very entertaining little thing. He talks about how
apparently, when he was a little tacker,
he's been a little man, a little Truth. He has always wanted to be like his hero, John Cena. Now, mind you, R-Truth at 51 years old has potentially 10, maybe 15 years on John Cena. So that's fucking weird.
Yeah. Great, though. He's a loose unit.
I absolutely loved it. So then he decides to, in very John Cena fashion, to create an open challenge for the US Championship.
Only after a 7-second dance break. Yeah. Ridiculous. I'm pretty sure somebody flossed. I didn't.
Yeah, they flossed both.
Ridiculous.
Music kicks. Andrade. He comes out with Zelina Vega to take on the to accept this open challenge.
And then Rey comes bowling through him.
Rey Mysterio comes in, fucking hip and shoulders Andrade, makes his way to the ring. So I guess by him entering the ring, that would presumably make him the acceptor of the match. On the thing, Andrade gets in the ring as well. There's clearly some shit here. This is some fucking awesome stuff here. So John, is it Triple H? Sorry, fuck.
R-Truth.
R-Truth has things like, I don't know how to do this.
What would my hero John Cena do?
Yeah, what would John Cena do? Like he's Jesus Christ or something. Yeah, what would like WWJC? What would John Cena do?
Yep. And Carmella's like, he'd take on both of them. And this is what I love. R-Truth's like, wow, he brave. I would have been like, no, thank you, no, thank you. And he's like, but. Okay.
But I want to make John Cena proud.
Yeah.
So he took on both in a triple threat match, as I said, Rey Mysterio, Andrade, and Truth.
Truth. Good match.
Solid match.
I do love the pairing of Andrade and Rey in the ring. And chucking R-Truth was like a little spanner in the works. It was a little bit different. It was a little bit fun. Didn't feel like I was getting the same match, which was nice.
On a good note, I'm very, very happy because my concern right now is the United States Championship is being put to waste. So I think having the likes of new contenders like your Andrades, like your Rey Mysterios. Originally, I would have put Mustafa Ali in that place as well. I think would have been, it's good to sort of have that move around. Yeah, and I do think Andrade or Rey Mysterio are worthy of that belt.
Definitely.
I think I'm very interested in seeing them.
I'm pretty sure Rey's held it before. I'd love to see him hold it again.
I believe he has, but like we said, right now that's what I want to see. I want to see Andrade and Rey more and more and more.
It does end in I believe Rey clocks a 619. He has both R-Truth and Andrade on the rope. Clocks a 619. R-Truth gets out of the way, so Andrade cops it. Rey steps back. Truth gets him in a roll up.
Yeah, Truth gets a pin.
He retains his title.
There were some great little moments here where
R-Truth did a 5-knuckle shuffle.
Yeah. Beautiful, but
he did the "You Can't See Me" and the 5-knuckle shuffle. Wasn't as effective as John Cena's, but it was still
we had
pretty good.
Andrade on Truth's shoulders, then that cool little spin. So Rey jumped up, got Andrade's head in between the knees, did that little twist and flip, the big fall on Andrade, thrown on her back. Beautiful. That was some really
beautiful moments.
It was such a tough match for me to watch.
I do love seeing two divas. Like two female superstars in the ring as well. Because
so after watching Fighting with My Family, like Diva, the word is there.
Diva's ingrained in your head because Diva's title. But I love seeing the women there because obviously Zelina gets involved. Carmella just wrecks her, pulls her off the apron. Like, it's beautiful. Yeah. I love seeing that. Like, I'm okay for somebody to interrupt if there's somebody to counteract that interruption.
Exactly. So there is that feel. Like, granted, no interruptions at all would be much better.
Yeah, exactly. But still, it's going to happen.
It's tough for me. As I said, I want to see that belt on all three of them. Yeah. So I was engaged in that entire match. So
definitely.
I don't know where this is going to go, but wherever it goes, I'm instantly giving a shit.
Yeah.
Very, very cool.
100%.
Moving on, we get Charlotte Flair coming into the ring to have a chat about Becky and sort of the situation and her enjoying the sort of the schadenfreude, I guess, of seeing Becky fumble her way through, and then commenting on the disrespect that Ronda has given the Raw Women's Championship by giving that. Saying that, though,
I would never lay that down like that.
Saying that she will be making her way to Monday Night Raw next Monday to claim that vacant women's belt.
Bear in mind, Charlotte is the queen. She is the gold standard. So she thinks she's just going to have her handed to her. She's going to be crowned the women's champion.
Part of me loves that idea because it is a vacant title. It is. Now, Alexa Bliss also showed interest in taking up the belt again. Mm-hmm. Her being like this time last year, she was fucking on fire. Yeah. Before she had to get taken away by injury as well. Yeah. So, and I feel that although the moment of Bliss is fun, and she's very keen to apparently just touch all the dick of the roster. Yeah. But get her in the ring.
Alexa Thirst.
Yeah, get her in that ring, man.
Yeah, I'd love to see that.
But I would like to see Charlotte rock up because
it'll be interesting how that exchange will go.
I do believe Becky is out on bail currently.
Yes.
So I understand there'll be probation or whatever to get into that ring, but
who knows? You've seen superstars attack people at home and stuff like that before, so you never know what'll happen.
We've seen Samoa Joe literally outside of AJ Styles' house.
Yeah.
Next up, we did have that match between Aleister Black and Ricochet versus Rusev and Shinsuke Nakamura.
Pretty good match.
Although I love Black, although I love Ricochet, I zoned the fuck out during this match.
Yeah, I did get a bit meh. Obviously we saw Ricochet and Aleister Black team up the night before. It just feels a bit repetitive.
But it's that weird line of I am really enjoying them watching them mush everybody, but I just don't care about Rusev and Shinsuke.
Yeah, definitely.
So there's no investment in that to me. So I'm like,
Yeah.
So I'm like, all right, I'll give me 5 minutes. I'll come back and I'll be like, oh, cool, they won. Sweet.
Yeah. I was definitely zoned out for that match as well.
So I didn't have full attention on that one. But it did end with Aleister Black giving is it a black mass?
Black mass.
Black mass.
Black
on
mass.
Shinsuke Nakamura.
Yep.
Next, we got AJ Styles cutting a little chat, talking about how he's happy to see Roman Reigns back. He talks about how he is...
he's willing to take on the next challenge.
Exactly.
Obviously, people are scared that he's going to, fade into nothingness because he's got nothing. He can't go any further at the moment.
Yeah.
And he's like, I am my biggest critic. I know that, but I'm ready for my next challenge. I'm ready to prove to you all that, this is the house that AJ Styles built. And then Randy Orton, it pans to Randy Orton and he's standing there and he's like, this is the house that AJ Styles, what?
And then walks away.
And that's it. Beautiful. That's what I love about Randy. He's a man of very few words, but those few words are very effective.
For you.
Yeah. I got another boner. No, I genuinely believe, though, Randy's not the biggest talker, but when he does speak, his words are very piercing. They're very, something as simple as the house that AJ Styles, what? Clearly, Randy's been in the game longer than AJ. Randy's been doing this longer than AJ. Randy is the youngest world heavyweight champion.
Yeah.
So, he is well within his right to be like, who do you think you are? You're just some hillbilly.
What I love about Randy, old Red Dead Randy, is...
the apex predator.
Being the Viper that he is. I love that because it's almost like he just... slithers his way around the roster, and then he's like,
that's what I love about it.
You.
Yeah. Bite.
Yeah, he's like, because a couple months ago, it was like, Ray. And then it's like, AJ, all right, fuck yeah.
Yep.
So he's just waking his way around, finding who he wants to fuck with. Love it. Absolutely love it. Something I don't fucking love, we can get another Lacey Evans entrance and just being a dumb whatever the fuck and then leaving.
She makes me sick.
Yeah. I want nothing to do with that. Get that off my shit.
I want somebody to just come out and bowl her over. Please, just somebody beat her.
It'll happen, but not just yet. Then we do get the main event of the night, which is that tag team match between
Kofi Kingston
actually,
and
what I wrote
Kevin
here,
Owens.
what I wrote here was that bullshit Lacey thing. Kofi and Kevin Owens versus Daniel Bryan and Rowan. Do I have to hold my shit?
Yeah. Wow.
Oh, I talk too much. My nose is blocked up.
Look, good match. Definitely, it was great to see Kevin Owens fighting again. That was definitely some fun. I unfortunately found it... Obviously, Kofi's great. He's really fast-paced. Kevin, as an athlete, is a bit too slow-paced for me. So I did get a little bit bored. And I feel horrible about it because I know it's his debut again. He's re-debuting. He's returning. Thank you. I know that he's just coming back from injury and everybody's slacked about this. But I was like, meh.
Saying that, though, there was that good comparison. Kevin Owens being the brute, Rowan being the brute, Kofi being the bit more fast and agile flyer, Daniel being that sort of tactical flyer. Sort of there is that they were balanced in that in that sense of a tag team, but you can really tell that Kofi works best with Xavier and Big E.
Yeah,
this is
he can work with anyone, which was good. Obviously, he and Kevin did have some sort of rapport, and they were able to get the win as a team.
It did end with.
Kevin?
Went to...
Kevin tagged himself in.
Yeah, win by Kevin Owens against... the fuck did I write?
Against Rowan. No? Yes, Rowan.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure
what the hell is my...
No, it wasn't. It was Daniel. No, he beat Daniel with...
What the fuck is my handwriting?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he took out Daniel with a Stone Cold Stunner.
That's right, yes. Stunner, that's my handwriting. Win to Kevin Owens by Stone Cold Stunner.
He's been in trouble for this before.
Well, he said, I don't know whether it's just Stone Cold being a butt, but it's just apparently back in the day there was a podcast where he just chewed out Kevin Owens for stealing his shit.
Yeah. But yeah, Stone Cold Stunner. It was effective back in the 90s. Still effective now.
Still worked. Got the win.
Love it. But yeah, it was a bit slow paced for me whenever Owen and Rowan were in the ring. The wins.
Once again, it's that weird line, right?
It is a very weird line.
I think I'd like to see Kofi do well.
Yes, totally, definitely.
But
And he did he put himself on the line for that match. He was jumping off the turnbuckles and smacking himself in the
Having everything go down
stuff.
at the beginning of the night kind of put me in a bad taste in my mouth.
Yeah, definitely.
I was like, meh.
Yeah, I was a bit meh. I was like, oh, like I get it. I get what you're trying to do, but
it's like,
and I was kind of hoping at the end of the match that Kofi'd slog him, but he didn't.
Because even then, I'm like, oh well, if Kofi and Kevin win, it doesn't change the outcome.
Nah.
You know, if Rowan and Daniel win,
doesn't
change the outcome. We're still gonna see Kevin Owens v Daniel. I'm like, that's what I wanted. I want Kof.
Yeah.
All I can hope is that silver lining that we talked about earlier.
Yeah, the Mania lining.
But anyways, there were some really strong moments.
Definitely.
In this episode of SmackDown.
I think the weakest moment was definitely Shinsuke Rusev.
Yeah, so at the end of the, having Kevin Owens return, also having Matt Hardy return.
Yeah.
I did find the majority of it was kind of lackluster, so it only gets one Kurt Angle from me.
Yeah.
One thumb up.
Yeah, I definitely think I'm on the one Kurt Angle as well. It was a bit of a lackluster episode, especially in comparison to the hype of.
But it's that weird thing though, when there were the cool the cool things that made me get excited.
Great.
Like I was like, yes. But then everything else kind of either seemed lackluster comparatively.
Yeah, it definitely pulled the mood down.
Or it kind of, if you balance it all out, it doesn't balance out.
Yeah, it brings down the average of the show.
Yes, correct. Let us know what you thought of this week's episode of SmackDown Live on those comments below the Facebook community group or on the Discord. All Kurt those Angle links says, look. Are in the description. Let us know what your Kurt Angle is for this match. And as we do every episode of The Young and the Restless, we reach out to our good friend Dirt Sheet Dash, who delivers us this week's Dirt Sheet. Now, we should make some corrections on last week's Dirt Sheet. I was reading StarCast as if it was a pay-per-view or a televised show. In fact, StarCast is an event. It is almost like a convention, where Taker is appearing as a guest. So my mistake there for reading that incorrectly.
Like I recently saw that Asuka will be at Vegas Toy Con.
Yeah.
So that'll be interesting. It's cool to see them doing cons like that. That's cool.
That's true. So moving on. So we jump into Ditching the Dirt with Dirt Sheet Dash.
Oh yeah.
And Dash, I don't know how this leaked on that podcast. So I'll read it verbatim because I did get in trouble for going off.
Ad-libbing.
WWE is reportedly planning to do another Shield reunion match. So it looks like they are trying to get those talks together, try to make them happen.
Do it, Doug.
The company is apparently debating on whether to do a 3-on-3 match or add Braun Strowman to the Shield's team and to do a 4-on-4. So
that would be fun.
We did mention that earlier.
That would be really fun. Definitely do the Braun thing, guys. I know, Vince, you don't care what the people want, but do what we told you.
Let's see. With Seth Rollins scheduled for the Universal title match at WrestleMania 35, the belief is that this match will take place at Fastlane.
That would be awesome.
That would be cool. However,
that feeds into my theory that they did look back at freaking Dean.
Who's looking Dings?
The Rowans, the Reigns and the Rollins. Nah. They looked at him. That's why he smiled.
Nah, I think they didn't. I think this is more of a managerial being like, people are excited you're back, Roman. Work with Dean.
They did They did the sexy side back.
No, they did not. They did not do the look back. No look backs.
Anyway, continue. We can agree to disagree.
Last week saw 4 of NXT's top superstars make their way to the main roster.
Dun, dun.
The quartet was comprised of, as we mentioned, Tommaso Ciampa, Johnny Gargano, Aleister Black, and Ricochet. They would wrestle on both. So they are currently wrestling on both Monday Night Raw and Tuesday Night SmackDown, and all would come away with victories during their experiences on the red and blue brand, as we've seen so far. It is now confirmed. That you heard it here first. That the Dutch Destroyer's move to the main roster would be permanent.
Yes, I did see that he said his goodbyes on NXT.
As Black will be heading to the blue brand after WrestleMania.
Yes. That is definitely going to give ratings to SmackDown.
Yep, as you said, at a recent NXT live event which took place on Saturday, Aleister Black took the opportunity to say goodbye to his NXT fans.
Aww, that's exciting.
Yes,
he is definitely going to be a huge pulling card for SmackDown. They need it.
You know who I want to see now that I know he's on the blue brand? Because the problem is here we have to think of current SmackDown roster. Because as we do know, on April 15 and 16, we are doing the shuffle.
Oh, yes.
We're going to get the changes of who's on where.
Yeah, who knows where.
All I know is I want to see Aleister Black versus Samoa Joe.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Give me that.
I don't have any other words. Just yeah.
Just yeah. Give me that.
Yeah. No. Yeah.
And finally, Kevin Owens' contract was set to expire sometime after the Royal Rumble this year.
Ooh.
And it became evident that he was ready to shop around.
Ooh.
Owens was written off TV almost 6 months ago from a savage attack from Braun Strowman that broke both Owens' knees. Yeah, the reality was, as we mentioned, Owens needed surgery on both his knees to remove any additional cartilage and repair some tissue damage. While off, Owens had removed his Twitter avatar. He reverted his Twitter handle to Kevin Steen, not Kevin Owens, at one point. The rumor was that the Bucks and Cody were heavy in negotiations to have Steen or KO show up at the first AEW rally back in January as their first major signee. Steen is very close to the Young Bucks and several members of the Bullet Club from the indie days at Ring of Honor. Steen ultimately decided to stay with WWE after multiple Kevin Owens vignettes started to occur after Rumble, and making his return to SmackDown this Tuesday. Named number one contender for the WWE Championship. And
one way to keep him there.
Kofi Kingston at Fastlane.
One way to keep him there.
Oh man, like we say this every week, but AEW are really making their presence known.
Oh yeah,
it's they are showing such a spanner in the works here. Even if it's just a bargaining chip, even if Kevin had every intention to come back to WWE, by having
he could easily be like, well, they've offered me this, give me more.
So they can, like, apparently Randy did the same thing. He was like, they would offer me this, and like having another competitor in that market is really gonna help these superstars get what they're worth.
Yeah.
And because with AEW and having the Khans just willing to throw money at anyone of note, I should say. I should mention that there was a signing by, I believe, an Australian woman by the name of...
Excuse me.
B. Presley.
Ooh.
I believe she's an Australian who is now also part of AEW.
Awesome.
So that's fun.
Congrats, girl.
Yeah, so that's awesome.
Yeah.
But like I think it's a cool setup.
Yeah.
Having this talking point, having this leverage is really going to do wonders, and I do think that Dash will be telling us a heap of little bits of knowledge here and there about people that are talking to AEW, because rumor has it,
dish the dirt, Dash.
Yeah, the Usos were still in chats as well.
Yeah.
And the Usos may have intentionally tried to get themselves fired the other week. It's weird.
Yeah.
It's a good time to be a wrestling fan, my friend.
Yeah, it is.
Except if you're like me and want to try and make knockoff AEW merch like PCW, the Pop Culturist Wrestling, and you come to learn that PCW is a real promotion and is based out of Ferntree Gully here in Victoria, and happens to be a training school that Buddy Murphy went to, the 205 Cruiserweight Champion. I can't make those shirts anymore. Real bummer. I really wanted that. I wanted PCW as Betson. Can't have it anymore.
I feel bad for breaking the news to you.
Yeah.
Because obviously, like, I work sort of that area, so I saw the poster on the wall near work, and I was like, buddy, PCW is already a thing. So I was.
Yeah, I was wanting pop culturist wrestling. I was like, fuck yeah, that would be a great shirt. It fits the theme. I can make it look cool and make a killer fucking logo. And then it's weird because almost like 4 weeks ago, I was looking at PCW because someone goes, hey, you can go learn how to be a wrestler. I was like, oh, that sounds fucking funny. Yeah. And I just completely blanked. And they even have purple in their logo. So I was like, God damn it. I appreciate their very clear acknowledgement of us.
Yes.
In the same way that every time we see a wrestler or any celebrity rocking purple.
Ricochet kind of did it on SmackDown.
He did. He had a very slight brighter purple, but it was a purple nonetheless. And then we got the likes of, Spike Lee at the Oscars wearing a beautiful popsy purple suit.
Yeah.
I love it when the wrestlers do come out and they show their support for the young and the wrestlers. Legendary. Just like you can every Friday morning at 8 a.m. on those podcast services, and very shortly 9 a.m. on those YouTubes. If you want to join that wrestling conversation, head over to the Facebook group at facebook.com/group/ the Pop Culturist, and also our Discord channel. Link is in the description below. If you want to show support for the Pop Culturist on your body, head to popculturist.com/shop, where you can buy Young and the Wrestlers designs, including books and phone cases, except you won't be able to get PCW shirts because that's dirty of me if I was to make them now. I might do it, but I probably won't. We are also on a Patreon, patreon.com/popculturist. And be sure to join us this coming Wednesday, 8 p.m. Australian Eastern Time on Twitch at twitch.tv/popculturist. We'll be using the power of WWE 2K19 to predict the outcome of the Fast Lane pay-per-view. But until that next one, I'm Ryan Betson.
And I am the Year of Tranquilo, Jem Drare.
See you next week.
Bye.